Yo, what's going on, snipers, and welcome back to our Carolina Hurricanes franchise mode. So in last episode, we did the entire season simulation, and we did not make any trades at the deadline, and we made the playoffs with a record of 48, 29, and 5, and we are now up against the New Jersey Devils in the first round of playoffs with home ice, actually. So I showed you guys the Devils lines in last episode, but I'll show you guys again. I did go over the player stats from the regular season for the Devils, like off camera, and I found out that their top line was a very good producing line during the regular season. It could have been the power play because of Erik Karlsson, but like literally the top line was a really good line, as you can see here. Taylor Hall had 85 points during the regular season, so he was over point per game. And then Nico Hischier even had a really good season, putting up 86 points. A lot of it being power play points, 26 of them I think it said. Kyle Palmieri even was pretty solid with 70 points. So this top line is where we have to kind of shut down. And also Erik Karlsson had like 75 points as well, so we got to shut down their power play unit, I believe. Yeah, it's probably that first power play unit. We got to shut this line down. We had a really good penalty kill during the regular season, so if we get shut down that power play unit, I think we have a chance to get to the second round of the playoffs easily. So let's get started with game number 1 on home ice at the PNC Arena. We haven't had a playoff game since we got swept against the Tampa Bay Lightning in year number 1, so let's see if we could get a early lead here in the series. First period, and it is scoreless. Nobody's been able to solve the goaltenders just yet. Shots are 10-7 though in favor of the Devils. Second period, and nicely done, boys. 3 goals. That's what I like to see, especially in the second period, because going into the third now, we could just kind of sit back, maybe not sit back too much, but get an insurance marker. So Jeff Skinner, Sebastian Aho, and Zach Aston Reese score goals for us. We're out shooting them 16-13, and we have a 3-0 lead. This game should be pretty much in the bag. Power play, and we do not score on it. But we're still shutting them down, which is good. Last 10 minutes here of the third period in game number 1. Power play again, and we do not score still. There you go, Noah Hanifin scores, and it is 4-0. Teravainen makes it 5-0. Hopefully we can save the offense for the next couple games, as well as Rask makes it 6-0, and that is the finals. So a great defensive first game and a great offensive first game as well. So we have taken a 1-0 series lead. So Skinner from Hanifin and Aho from Lindholm and Hanifin, Aston Reese from Slavin and Brown, Hanifin from Falk and Aho, Teravainen from Aho, and Rask from Kapanen and Slavin. So Aho and Hanifin, I think, had the best games. Yeah, Aho had 4 points, Hanifin 3 points, and Mrazek with a nice 22 save shutout gets us that 1-0 series lead. Hopefully it can continue into game number 2. If it does not, then we might have to make line changes, because usually when you have a really good offensive game, the next game you do not score that much. So let's see if it can continue into game number 2, still here on home ice. First period, and it is scoreless. Sorry about that, my cat just knocked over a bunch of stuff, I don't know why. But scoreless after the first period. Shots are 8-6 in favor of us. So once again, New Jersey still has yet to solve Peter Mrazek. Second period, and it is a 1-1 game, so they finally solve them. But we solved them as well, as Aho gets us on the board, and less than a minute later, Henrik Zetterberg will tie the game up. Shots are 15-12 in favor of us. Let's see if we can get it done here in the third period. And sorry if you hear my cat in the background. Holy crap, he's loud. Last 10 minutes here of the third period. Power play for the Devils, and they do not score. Power play for us. Come on, boys, let's get that goal. It's a long one, but we don't score. And now the Devils score late. Erik Karlsson. We can't shut down the best defenseman in the league. And we are going to lose game 2 by a score of 2-1. So like I said, our offense didn't show up that game. I'm not going to change the lines until we lose another game, though. So Aho from Rask and Skinner, and then Zetterberg and Karlsson with the goals for the Devils. Still a good defensive game, but we needed to get more offense going in that game. So we only have, we have 7 goals still in 2 games just because of that first game. And it said Aho was injured, but at least it looks like it was a day-to-day injury. So like I said, I'm not going to change the lines just yet. So now we're back in New Jersey, and I think the arena is called the Prudential Center, or I think it's the Prudential Center now. I could be wrong with that because I have not looked up New Jersey's arena stuff really as of lately, so you guys could correct me. But first period, and nicely done, 1-0 us. Tara Vinen opens the scoring, the first line center. Shots are 15-10 though in favor of the Devils. Let's see if we could get a bit more shots than them in this second period. Nicely done, 3-1 us now. Tara Vinen and Skinner. So Tara Vinen's got 2 goals, but then Taylor Hall is going to pull them back within 2. They're still out shooting us 28-22. Let's see if we could just lock it down here in the third period, boys. Power play, get an insurance marker, come on, and we don't get it done. We're catching up in shots. Power play again. There you go, Adrian Kempe. There you go. 4-1 us. And 5-1 us, Victor Rask. Now our offense is coming through. Taylor Hall picks up his second of the game, and it is a 5-2 game. And it is going to be a win for us, and we have taken a 2-1 series lead going into game number 4. So Teravainen from Lindholm and Brown, Teravainen from Brown and Bean. That was a bit of a tongue twister, Brown and Bean. Skinner from Kapanen and Rask. Kempe from Fleury and Rask from Skinner. So it seems like we're getting offense from all of our lines almost, except for that fourth line. Because that fourth line during the regular season, they didn't put up much numbers, and they were also like a combined minus like 60 something, I think. So it's just that fourth line that was not getting it done for us. Part of it could be because we had some of the guys on the penalty kill, and I did actually change the penalty kill lines and put Logan Brown on it instead because he's a good defensive player. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I just had to sneeze. Okay, let's go on to game number 4 and see if our offense can continue its hot hand. First period, nicely done, 1-1. I'll take it. Kapanen opens the scoring, and Roussel ties the game up. Shots are still in the Devils' favor, 15-9. Second period, and it is 2-1 Devils now, as Jesper Bratt is going to give them the lead. We're getting outshot badly, 28-18. We need more offense here in the third period, or else this game is a bit of a lost cause, and we might have a tie series going back home. And if we lose this game by like only scoring 1 goal, I think I might make some line changes. Still 2-1 them. Come on, guys, we need to get a goal here. I know we're being outshot by a lot, but we need to get a goal to tie it up. We're getting chances here late, and we're not going to tie it up, and we lose 2-1. So once again, after having a very good offensive game, we bounce back with a bad game where we only score 1 goal. Yeah, I'm going to have to probably make some line changes, I think. Like, our offense is hummed for some games, and in some games it hasn't, so we got to try and find a way to get all the offense clicking and the defense playing good. So, how has Aston Reese been in this playoffs? 1 goal plus 1. I think Kapanen had a goal and 2 assists. Okay, he's actually playing good. Rask 4 points. Teravainen 3 points. You know what? I'm gonna move Teravainen and Rask. Just switch the 2 of them around, just for something different. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. And then defensively, I don't want to change anything. Pessy's still dropping because of his ice time, so yeah, he's definitely a guy that goes in the off season. And don't want to change anything with my goaltenders. Don't want to bring in any depth guys, I don't think. Like that fourth line, yeah, it's probably the fourth line that's killing us right now. They're only a -1 though, it looks like, except for Gauthier. I'm just going to leave it like this now. That only change I'm going to make with Rask going to the first line. See if we get that first line continuing to play good, because Aho has played great, 5 points in 4 games so far. Hopefully we could take a 3-2 series lead, and then we could just knock them out in New Jersey. At least that is the plan. So, game number 5 in our home arena, actually now, at the PNC Arena. Let's see if we could take the lead in the series again. First period, and it is scoreless. We're actually out shooting them for a change, 11-7. second period, and the Devils strike as Henrik Zetterberg opens the scoring, but we're outshooting 25-13. Come on, Mrazek, you got to win us this game. We're playing great right now, but we're down by a goal just because you let in one. So let's have a great third period here, boys. Power play. There you go. Teravainen ties it up. He gets moved to the second line and ties the game up. Penalty kill, nicely done. 5-on-3 power play, but we do not score. Last 10 minutes here, the third period. We have a shit ton of shots in comparison to them, but it's still 1-1 as Corey Schneider's keeping the Devils in the game. And we are going to overtime with the shots being 37-20 in favor of us, but we have only been able to score one goal. Come on, offense, we need you to start clicking like you did in Game 1 and in Game 3. We kill off a penalty there. Last 10 minutes of the first overtime period. We have over 40 shots already. Come on, guys. We could beat Corey Schneider. We know how to do it. We've done it before. We almost have 45 shots on goal, and we're going to a second overtime period. Shots are 45-32 in favor of us, and like I said, as we know, the second overtime ends like right away almost. So let's see if we can get it done here, boys. Come on. Let's go. Do it for your fans. There you go. And it's E2 Listerainen, the fourth liner, coming through in his rookie season with a huge game-winning goal, and we have taken a 3-2 series lead. Huge from the fourth liner. So Teravainen's fourth from Brown and Fleury, and Lewis Ryan's first ever playoff goal is a huge one from Slavin and Fleury. And it was a good defensive game as well. So Schneider gets first star, Mrazek the second star, and Lusterainen gets the third star. Okay, so we have a 3-2 series lead. We have a lead in the series actually for the third time. This time, let's just lock down the series and not have to go to a Game 7 because I hate Game 7 so much. So let's send out our scout. I was actually looking at the draft class, and there's a franchise goaltender that's supposed to go in the first round, like medium franchise. I don't know if he's actually going to be a franchise goalie, but we might as well scout him and see for sure if he is one. He's projected just to go first round, not top 5 yet. So if we can, maybe I'll snag up a franchise goaltender in the draft upcoming. So let's get into game number 6. Come on, guys. We do not want to go to a game 7. We just want to end the series here tonight and go to round 2. So first period, and it is 1-1. So it's just like those games that we've had before where we score first and then we let in the goal and then they take the lead and win 2-1. Hopefully that's not the case here tonight. Aho opens the scoring. Zetterberg ties it up. We're outshooting 15-7. Second period, still 1-1 going into the third. They've caught up a bit actually now at 22-18 in favor of us, still the shots. Let's see if we can get it done here in the third period, boys. And an early goal from Jeff Skinner. He hasn't actually came through that much for goals in the playoffs so far. He had a really good regular season though. Power play, and we do not get an insurance marker. Last 10 minutes here of the third period. We gotta just lock it down, boys. Lock it down. Last little bit. Power play. And your Carolina Hurricanes have taken out the New Jersey Devils in 6 games and are headed back to the second round of the playoffs. Nicely done, boys. So Aho from Slavin and Kemp, and Skinner from Teravainen and Pesce. So pretty good first round. We played really solid defensively, and then we had a couple good offensive games. There was a couple close ones in there, like that overtime game. We could have honestly fallen down in the series 3-2, but we take the series in 6 games. Our offense kind of struggled a bit in the last 3 games, but we had 2 good offensive games before then, scoring 11 goals in those big wins. So let's take a look at our player stats after the first round, and then we will see who we're up against in the second round of the playoffs. So, wow, Falk's up to an 89 now. What the hell? Damn. Okay, so Aho 6 points in 6 games, Teravainen 5 points, Skinner 5 points, Rask, Slavin, and Brown all 4 points, Kapanen, Hanifin, and Fleury 3 points, Listerainen, Kempe, and Lindholm 2 points, Aston Reese and Pesce Falk, Waugh, and Bean all 1 point. Damn. So everybody on the team picked up a point in that first round except for Gauthier. And everybody's actually currently a plus, I think, player too. Yeah, we only have one minus player, and that's Julian Gauthier. So that is looking good for the second round. Hopefully we play a team that we could shut down defensively as well. And Mrazek had a very good first round, going 4-2, 1 shutout, and 953 save percentage, and a 1.26 goals against average. Hopefully he can continue that into the second round. I know a lot of the times when he's in his prime, he plays really good, and then he grows to like an 89. So hopefully that is the case with this season. So let's see who we are up against in the next round of the playoffs. Should be pretty soon, unless there's a couple game 7s in the first round for the Eastern Conference, which there is 2 of them. Boston's already on to the next round. And there you go. Let's see who are we up against. It's going to be the New York Rangers. Interesting. So another team we have not faced actually before in the playoffs. Let's take a look at what their lines look like. I have not actually seen their lines before. So they have JT Miller, Mika Zibanejad, who's up to a 90 somehow. Must be playing really good or something, or he just came off a really good season. 61 points, not too bad. And then Marcus Johansson. So not the scariest wingers, obviously, on the first line, but that's a nice top centerman. Second line, you got Kreider with Hayes and VC, so more of a third line almost than a second line, even though a lot of these guys are listed as second liners. Third line, you got Buchnevich with Antoine Vermette, who was with us last year in the playoffs, or wait, actually 2 years ago in the playoffs. I don't know if he was with us last season, was he? Don't think so. But he was with us when we went to the playoffs the year before. He's dropping off. Yuri Talusti. So, yeah, this team's got some veterans and a lot of guys that are kind of low overall wise. Fourth line, you got Jesper Fast with Ryan White, who's not even a centerman. Oh, actually, he is. He's got 80 on faceoffs. Wow, that's weird. Huh. And Joe Colborn, not too bad. Defensively, though, this is where they're strong. Holy shit. We got to somehow get past this. So Brady Shea with Ryan McDonough, Kevin Shattenkirk and Anthony DeAngelo, Rasmus Dallin, who looks like he's going to be a bit of a bust. Maybe if New York doesn't seem to grow him right, because I think they had him in the AHL last season. Yeah, this is his first season in the NHL, and they're not playing him on the top 4, which is not good. Hopefully they're playing him on at least on the power play. And then I also got Mark Stahl, so a really good defensive core. It looks a lot better than ours in comparison. Well, it's similar to ours, actually. And then goaltending-wise, they have Henrik Lundqvist, who's dropping off still. And they also have Igor Shesteryorkin, who's one of the guys I actually had to make. He currently, in real life, plays in the KHL, but he is currently the backup. I think I saw that he had a really good regular season. Yeah, he had a really good regular season, and he's played one game in the playoffs, or part of the game in the playoffs, and wasn't that good. So their defense might be their way they make it onto the next round if they beat us. And then they also have, for depth-wise, Kajula with Steven Johns and Brendan Smith. Okay, well, guys, that is going to do it for this episode of our Carolina Hurricanes franchise mode. So in the next episode, we are going to take it to round number 2 against the New York Rangers, and we still have home ice, which is a good thing. Looking to get to that conference finals for the second time in 3 years. So thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys next time.